for the GW Revolutionaries?
Coach at GW is both humbling and also I'm just very grateful. This has been an awesome day. I believe I'm the last one, right? Nope. One more? All right. Well, closing in the end the day of just my first media day in the A10 has been awesome. I was just counting right before I walked up here. Man, it's been about 5 months since I started at GW Day. The days are flying by, but we're having a lot of fun. Getting to know our players, both as people off the court and on the court, their games, how we're trying to play. It's all starting to come together. It's been exciting to have a great group of coaches. Our staff, I would say, are some of the most hardest working people that I know, and it's going to be a big part of how we get this thing rolling. We have really great people around you. Looking forward to the season, but we have a lot more practice days ahead of us, so I'm hoping those days kind of slow down a little bit. But excited to have Sarah Lewis here. When I think about just who we want to be and how we want to play, the word competitive comes up, and Sarah's one that is the epitome of that just shows up every single day and plays as hard as she can.
Open up for questions. Just raise your hand in the back. Byron.
And her name is Sarah Lewis, with a women's basketball player alongside with her head coach. Let's listen from both of them.
Hey, I'll start with
Sarah. George Washington.
You really ended the last season playing really well. Your game was elevating. What's it like playing in Coach G's system, and how is that going to help you be more like Sarah Lewis, what you want to be?
I think our style of play is a lot more free. It allows me to do the things that I enjoy doing and then get better at the things that I'm not the best at and be able to evolve my game to a whole nother level. So far through practices, I've seen so much tremendous just growth from me, myself, and my teammates. And so I'm just super excited to see where we take this thing. Really.
And Coach G, you mentioned the 5 months, but can you talk about the offense and what you would like this team to be as far as scoring, your go-tos, your Gabbies, your players that will to be important for you guys to try to upgrade the offense?
Yeah, a lot of the focus has been on just making great decisions, taking shots that are our strengths, right? We use the words hunting great often. We're teaching our team to play basketball and not just run plays and actions. We're trying to make reads, right? So if we're understanding how to make reads, doesn't matter what the opponent is doing defensively, we're just going to take whatever they give us. We want to be up-tempo. We want to be able to play in transition. A lot of our emphasis is space and pace. We want to be able to take the first great shot for us. If it's a great shot for you as an individual, it's a great shot for us as a team. And again, we just want to play to our players' strengths. So we're going to be very strategic in, what we're doing, what we're calling, how we're moving the ball around, who's getting certain type of touches. But I love coaching a team that has multiple people that are scoring threats. It just makes it a lot harder to be guarded.
In front.
Coach G, Zach Weiss, Atlantic10.com. I still remember the triumphant smile on your face a few years ago and the lessons you learned from that season. What kind of lessons through that and through this journey have you learned in these few months that have shaped this team?
Yeah, I go back to that championship team often. I went back to it at Colgate. It was a team that kind of peaked at the right time. It didn't start that way, but it was a reminder that a season is very long. The consistency that's needed, the growth that is needed, understand that growth is not always linear, right? I'm pulling that into these first couple of months and into the next couple of months, one day at a time, right? Can we just get better at something every single day? Can we stack days, right? But we don't want to take steps backwards. We want to keep growing and building, but also understanding that it is a long season and we want to be peaking at the right time.
Sarah, just how do you feel this energy within this team is, and how important, as everything is transitioning, is it having that upbeat energy which can lead into the work?
The energy and enthusiasm when it comes to anything, to be honest, with this group of girls is amazing. The coaching staff and the players, we come together and bring so much high vibrations when it comes to practice and different activities that we have. I'm super excited for game days and for those type of events because I just know that there's going to be a lot of good energy.
As a follow-up, when you're trying to find that energy, a lot of it starts with what returns and what comes in. When you try to find that energy, what are you looking for to compile that into that tempo that you're looking for?
Yeah, one of our absolutes is energy and enthusiasm, and you're seeing her say and speak those words because it's something that's important to us. There has to be this level of passion. When you show up on the court, you want to play as hard as you can, right? We always say a quiet or silent gym is a sorry gym, and that's not us, right? So we want to have a lot of communication. We want to have a lot of intensity displayed, not just by our actions, but in our volume of voice, right? So that's just the way that we're practicing. Because at the end of the day, for us, it's going to be sinking to our level of training when games come, right? We want to be able to have a certain level of training that when, that ball gets tipped in the air, that's where we're going to fall back on.
With all of that newness, who has either stepped up, whether it's just what you've seen, has answered your questions, whatever those might be, and just found their role and their happiness on the court?
Yeah, I would say we have a full roster of 14 that are very committed in what we're trying to do, into our values, into our absolutes. It's not going to happen overnight. We understand that. But to my right, for sure, I would say Sarah Lewis has been someone, like I mentioned earlier, that's just is really, really competitive. She's been coachable, and she knows I'm going to continue to challenge her because I just want her to be continue to improve into a 3-level scorer, and she understands and knows how to play on both sides of the floor. Emma Theodorson has been a great addition for us as well, both in a leadership role and just from experience. We have Gabby Reynolds, who's returning all-rookie team player, who I do believe is going to have another great season. A lot of pieces for sure into what we're trying to do. But we want to be a team that when you see us play, we want to have just a great product that is going to be very competitive. We're going to fight. We're going to make it really hard for our opponent.
We've talked a lot about energy. We've talked a lot about the offense. Defensively, what would you like to see that Rev's identity be on the court for those 40 minutes?
Yeah, determined, aggressive, and disruptive. That's what we're hoping you're going to see. Determined, aggressive, and disruptive. Defense is our identity. We want to turn defense into offense. We want to have fun on that side of the floor. We want to play with each other on that side of the floor. I think a lot can kind of take care of itself when you show up with that mentality. Understand that you still got to put that ball in the basket, but we're hoping to turn some defense into offense.
Any additional questions? All right, Coach. First media day is complete.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's women's basketball.
All right.